The United States is a representative democracy, and in theory, everyone's vote has the same weight. But when it comes to electing presidents, minority votes are worth far less than white votes. Unlike other democratic nations, the United States selects presidents through the Electoral College. The Electoral College consists of 538 votes, 100 for senators, 435 for members of Congress, and 3 for the District of Columbia. Each state designates delegates who cast their state's electoral votes in favor of the candidate who wins the popular vote in their state. Regardless of the popular vote outcome at the national level, the first presidential candidate past 270 Electoral College votes wins the election. The Electoral College tally and the popular vote generally coincide. In fact, they have only gone in opposite directions 5 times. But 2 of those instances have come in the last 20 years. President Donald Trump lost the popular vote to Hillary Clinton by 2,809,197 votes. But, like Bush in 2000, won the Electoral College and thus the presidency. Our grade school textbooks teach us that the Electoral College was designed to balance power between rural states and urban states. But this is a myth. In 1790, 95% of the U.S. population resided in rural areas, and thus balance between rural and urban states was not a top priority. But slavery was. At the 1787 Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, representatives discussed a winner-takes-all presidential model. But the South, where 36% of the population was enslaved, feared their residents would be at a disadvantage vis-a-vis the North. This led to the 3/5 Compromise, which increased Southern representation in Congress by allowing Southern states to count slaves as 3/5 of a citizen. A related compromise ensured that each state, regardless of population, would have 2 senators. In 2016, Wyoming, where 84% of the population is white, had 1 electoral vote for every 187,875 residents. California, where 62% of the population are minorities, had 1 electoral vote for every 677,344 residents. So, if a person moved from Wyoming to California, their vote would lose nearly 66% of its value in presidential elections. The Electoral College systematically favors rural, conservative, and white voters. And, as a result, every 4 years, a unique combination of predominantly white conservative swing states in rural America determine who our next president will be. The racial imbalance in the Electoral College is largely due to the massive migration of minorities out of rural America. In the 20th century, minorities left the countryside in search of more progressive places where they could sit in the front of the bus, go to school, start a business, access loans, and vote. With minority voices stacked in progressive urban states, the Electoral College systematically undervalues Black, Latino, Native, and Asian votes. And thus, if Black and minority lives are ever to truly matter, the Electoral College must go.